Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo here with another great crossover fifth wheel value from Parkway RV Center. Today we're going to look at a very affordably priced Crossroads XLR Thunderbolt. And this is the model 300X12. Got the 12 bay garage in the back. Guys, it's a nice unit, very, very affordably priced. It's not perfect. Got a few imperfections on the outside and I'll point them out to you. But guys, look them up online. And then look up the NADA. I'm $10,000 under NADA base retail, and this thing's loaded, guys. It's got a generator, second AC. It's got a TVs in it. I mean, it's a nice rig. 2 slides, weighs 10,500 pounds with a 3,400 pound payload or cargo carrying capacity. So you can really load it down with a 12 by 8 foot garage. Got a 5500 Onan gasoline generator, 2 double slides, power awning. Looking around the outside, guys, got some fading and cracking on the stripes, and I'm just pointing this stuff out to you because there's no sense hiding the truth. It is a 8-year-old used RV, but it's got a couple of cosmetic issues. They had a blowout at one time or another. It blew the fender skirt out and some of the J-wrap, which you could probably use it for years like the previous owners have, just like this, or you might want to spend $1,000–1,500 fixing it. You're buying it so far back a book, it really doesn't matter either way you go, and that's why I've got it priced for $24,900, is because of the exterior condition. The inside's nice. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The inside is very, very nice. But like I said, you've got a few little cosmetic issues. That's why I've got it priced $24,900. Instead of what it really should be priced if it didn't have these problems, which is $34,900. Got an 8-foot tall spring-loaded door in the back to load your cargo up, your toys up, or whatever else you're going to use in the back. That's why we call them crossovers instead of toy haulers, guys. Because literally, guys, if you're in the market for a used fifth wheel, you can use, anybody can use a crossover versus, or it can be a multi-purpose vehicle versus a standard fifth wheel, which has got one floor plan for one purpose. This can be used for a toy hauler. It can be used for a live-in unit because you got a 12 by 8 storage building basically built into the back. It can be used for a multi-bedroom unit, for a mobile workshop, pretty much whatever you want to use it for. It can. You're not stuck with just say a rear lounge or a front lounge or a bunkhouse floor plan. This is multiple uses for whatever suits your needs. One thing I'll point out, this thing had a ton of stickers on it. We peeled them off, but left a little residue. So I don't know, you might be able to work with that with some wax, and a buffer might get a lot of that off. But like I said, just cosmetic things, guys. We concentrate on the mechanical and the functionality of it, not the looks of it. You know, good thing about this being it's the smallest one they build in a Thunderbolt for that year, and the good thing about it, at 10,500 pounds, 38 foot long, and a double axle, this is more comfortable for 4-wheel trucks instead of having to buy a 6-wheel diesel dually truck. Not everybody wants to drive a diesel dually pickup truck all the time just to tow their fifth wheel a few times a year. So if you've got a 3/4 ton truck, you get aggravated because you hear horror stories, people hooking up 40+ foot fifth wheels or 3 axles to dually trucks and or 4-wheel trucks and swaying all over the road. This one, you're covered. This particular one was designed for 3/4 ton trucks. And I know a lot of you guys give me grief about that when I say that, but guys, there's certain things you can do with 4 wheels, certain things you need 6 wheels to do. And I had a guy ask me the other day, he had a 3/4 ton truck, wanting to buy a 44-foot toy hauler fifth wheel. I asked me how long of a trip can he tow that fifth wheel with his truck? I said it should tow it all the way to the scene of the accident. So, you know, just to give you an idea, it's always best to have too much truck than just barely enough. So make sure you know what your pickup truck can tow and buy your RV accordingly. If you don't know and you don't want to call your dealer, look in the video description below, a link to my free interactive tow guide. Guys, you can never be too safe. Never go over your tow capacity. Keep in mind, 10,500 pounds is before you load anything in this camper. You know, if you put a 1,500 pound motorcycle or a side-by-side in the back, you've got to add that much weight to it. Plus for the fuel, the water, the propane. So just because it's 10,500 pounds now, doesn't mean that's what's going to be when it's loaded. So again, guys, keep all that in consideration when you're fifth wheel shopping. And always, it's the customer's, not the dealer's responsibility, but it's the customer's responsibility to know what your truck's legal towing limit is and never go over it. Let's look inside, guys, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This thing, of course, we did put new carpet in it. And show you something real quick. I'll bring my thermometer. Yep, show you something real quick. I want to show you how hot it is. 119 degrees on, and right now it's the outside of the camper is 104. Going here, the inside of the camper in just an hour's time is at 82 degrees with both ACs going. So it does have two ACs. They both work great. Ice cold. I mean, of course, I just got the cool jet on right now, but you can see 50s, low 50s, probably upper 40s if you got closer to it. And I definitely like the colors in here. You know, these are kind of out there a little bit on the colors, but that's just a fashion that Crossroads does on the Thunderbolts. Thunderbolt. That either sounds like a 1960s Western or a 1980s Saturday morning cartoon, doesn't it? Actually, I think that was a James Bond movie too, but anyway, they come up with the names, not me. But you can see, got the nice tall roof. I like the sliding glass door to separate, so you can separate your living quarters from your second bedroom, garage bay, or whatever you want to call it, but still keep an eye on everything. That's a 12x8 garage. Sofa makes a bed. Upholstery looks great, very comfortable. You could sit 4 or 5 people on this sofa pretty easily. 8 cubic foot RV refrigerator freezer, which I'll let it run for a little bit before I try to check it with a temperature. Like I said, this thing's only been plugged up an hour. TV, and that's a Roku TV, by the way, but I've got it on antenna. You know, a little trick, guys, because if you've got cell phone service, or if you've got if you actually get close enough to the office to get decent Wi-Fi at the campground, you'll appreciate that smart TV. It's a lot easier than having to lug around a satellite and all that other stuff around. I know that's what we do in ours. Of course, I don't watch much TV, but when you got a little one, it is kind of handy when it's raining outside. So we just flip my phone into a hotspot, or my wife's phone, and whoever's got the best service. We got 2 different carriers, and watch Netflix, all the Hulu and all the other ones. So, and a good thing about streaming service versus cable is that you don't have to have separate service for every location. In other words, you've got one login to Netflix, and you've got an RV, and you've got you know, and you've got your house. You don't have to have separate subscriptions. You can all log in under the same. That's why a lot of RVers now are just pretty much doing the streaming TV or local channels on antenna. Antenna does work great, by the way. Got a ceiling fan, fantastic vent fan. This thing has R38 insulation. This thing's pretty much a 4 Seasons model. And of course, Crossroads is not a cheap one, even though I know this is their entry-level toy hauler, but still, this thing new back in 2013 was $70,000+ as equipped, especially when you add $4,000 or $5,000 to that 5,500 watt Onan generator. We'll look here in the back. I'm going to show you one modification the previous owners made, which they left some of the stuff here. This thing originally came with a table, had 2 sofas that went up and down with the bed, and then you had a table. The table's still there. They did remove the sofas. I don't have them. I can't get them, so I'm selling them without it, guys. Does have a queen bed, and then there's the air mattress in the floor that goes to it, so you can lower that down, use this for a second bedroom. And you know, you can always put you some lawn chairs back here or whatever if you need to use the table. But you've got, these are 5,000 pound, one of the heaviest you can buy, 5,000 pound, attached directly to the frame. D-ring tie downs. And you know, you got a few little stains in the floor, like your typical used toy hauler is going to have, where people have put bikes and stuff in and out through the years. They left some parts from, I guess, where it used to have a bench seat, and that's those right there. I'm just going to leave them in it. There's your air mattress for the top bed. There's your ladder. There's your table and support arms. Washer and dryer hookup. It's got a CD stereo, plug-ins, TV hookups back here if you did want to add a TV. It's never had one. And guys, this is a blank slate. This is why I love crossovers, because not everybody wants to haul toys. In fact, most people that buy crossovers don't haul toys. But you've got this massive 12x8 garage bay. You know, you want to put you an office in here. Let's just say you're a full-timer and you got to have a separate office from your living quarters from your job. Here you go. Let's say you are a full-timer. There's no slide out in here. So you've got the full, you know, here's the thing. If you're a full-timer, especially if you go from a house to a fifth wheel, you've got to pay anywhere $50 to $100 a month for a storage building. And a lot of times your storage building with your stuff is hundreds of miles from where your camper is or further. Here, guys, you've got a 12x8 storage building built into your camper. So, place to keep all your stuff. You're into flea marketing, stuff like that, especially with that generator. You can spend the weekend at a flea market with the generator for the AC. Have a ramp door to load and unload everything, and stay at your spot without hookups. And this thing's got like a 100+ gallon water tank too. So, got a flip down screen, so on a pretty day that's not hot as blazes like today, you can open this door, let some fresh air in, have the screen to keep the bugs out. Dovetail for easier loading and unloading. And guys, a lot of people buy these crossover fifth wheels for if they got somebody in a wheelchair, because why go out and spend 10, 12, 15 grand putting a wheelchair ramp in your existing RV when you've got one built in right here, guys. Put that door down and bring the wheelchair right up. Got an extra wide door with a sliding glass door to come right in too. So definitely advantages to that. All right, Rifleman on TV, cool. Got a touchscreen stereo with some iPhone hookups right there. 15,000 ducted BTU. 15,000 BTU ducted air unit, doing a fantastic job cooling it down. In fact, it would probably even do any better if I use that fan. LED lights, so if you are boondock camping, you're not running a generator, you're not running your battery down as fast as because you have the lights on. We're going to go here, and I like the doors to separate everything. And you've got a bathroom with a stand-up shower. Hey, I like those countertops. They're kind of, I didn't like them at first, but the more I'm in it, the more it grows on me. So, the colors anyway. And those are solid surface countertops too, by the way, Corian. China RV toilet, stand-up shower. You can see no water damage around the skylight. Let's see here. I haven't even opened this yet, so no bleaching yellow. So more likely this thing's probably been stored under some kind of storage, because you can tell because one side of this coach is nice and shiny, the other one's got cracked stripes, so it probably was under a shed, an open shed with just a roof on it, and the sun was beating down on one side all the time, and like it's pulled up next to somebody's house. So the skylight's been covered, so the UV rays have not bleached the showers a yellow color like they do if one's been directly stored in the sun all the time. And let's go to the front bedroom. Very big bedroom, especially considering this is their smallest model. Look at this bedroom, guys. Huge bedroom, queen island bed, TV. I love this, guys. You've got a second auxiliary unit, 13,500 BTU, non-ducted unit. So all that air is being dumped into here, and it's like an ice box in here, especially with that door shut. I like the lighting in here. It's very cozy, very home-like feel to it. Closet in the slide out. Probably 32-inch TV, and I don't think that's a Roku TV. That's just a regular TV. Yeah. This is a lot of fifth wheel, guys, for $24.9. I know it's not perfect. That's why I've got it priced the way I do. I went ahead and put carpet in it. It wasn't that bad, but you know what, guys? It's just, I mean, this is going to save you spending $1,000, $1,200 putting carpet in your unit. So I still kept the price at $24.9, and I put new carpet in it because that way that's one less thing you have to do. And of course, at $24.9, even though expect a delay right now to have it performed, it will include our world famous 4-page inspection process that's performed after purchase. And please expect a 30 to 45 day delay because we're in the worst labor shortage and part shortage that we've ever had in 53 years of being in business, and probably the worst labor and part shortage the RV industry has ever had. And because of that, guys, what we used to do in a week or two is taking 30 to 45 days. So please, if you do take the option A $24.9 price, please understand that we're going to do a great job, but it's going to take time to get to it because there's 40-something units in front of yours that people have already bought, and it's also awaiting the checkout process. They're all checked out the order that they're sold. Nobody gets special treatment here, guys. And I don't put it in front of nobody else because that's not fair to them who've been waiting as long or longer than you have. And we're doing the best we can what we have, but we're doing twice the business with half a crew. Got some new guys that just started. Bad thing is, I was talking to a customer yesterday about this. My seasoned techs, or my experienced techs, for the first few weeks anyway, have to go behind the new techs to make sure they're doing everything right. So it's actually, new techs actually temporarily slow us down. But as they catch on and get doing it with less and less issues, then the experienced techs can go back to strictly doing their own, while the new techs are also doing their own. So, and of course we do a final walkthrough after it's been through, after my techs are done with it. Manager does a final walkthrough, make sure it's cleaned up. It gets cleaned up inside and out for you. And then we lock it up, keep everybody out of it, then call you to set up an appointment to pick up your new to you Thunderbolt. And when you arrive here, you get a full orientation by Preston, my walkthrough expert. You can record with your phone or camera if you wish. That's included for the $24.9 price. We also purchase you a 90-day easy care nationwide limited warranty. Now, it doesn't cover the cosmetic stuff. You know, the warranty's pretty much if your refrigerator quits working, air conditioner, slide out, water heater, stovetop oven, things like that. You know, it's not, you know, you're not going to be able to turn it in to get a fender flare and that J-rat fixed. But guys, you know, cosmetic issues is why you're looking at a used one for 1/3 the price of a new one. And you know, if you want to pull up the NADA, be my guest, guys. If you want to pay me the NADA retail price for it, I'll probably fix that outside for you, but it's an extra $10,000. I don't know about you, but for 10 grand, I can put up with that look on the outside. Because the people that have had this thing that were using it didn't bother them either. So anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it. This is a nice unit. $24.9 is the full checkout price with a warranty included. You get 21 nights of free camping up to 7 nights at a time at select RV resorts nationwide. Also included, as well as drive out tag, starter kit, and more. Now guys, if you don't want to wait 30 to 45 days, we do have a option B, and we are giving a higher rebate because of the significant delay in this unit going through service. And that's why I go ahead and plug these up, and I make sure the refrigerators are on. I make sure the air conditioners are cold. I got the TVs, the lights on, the slide outs work. I've already checked all your major systems out for you getting this ready for the video. So I'm not saying that you may not have to spend some money on it, but as long as, you know, here's the thing, guys. If you know your way around a toolbox, as long as the major stuff works, you can handle the minor stuff in the RV. You know, RVs are not rocket science. You know, there are some parts of it, of course, you can't do, but a general person who has good common sense and good basic skills from, you know, working on their own house or fixing odds and ends can fix a lot of stuff in an RV without having to take it to a service department of an RV dealership. And honestly, guys, that's a good skill to have if you plan on being an RV owner from now on, because no matter how new your RV is, no matter how much you spend on it, there's always going to be little things that are not going to work or develop, or little things that'll develop that won't work anymore, that you'll have to fix yourself or spend a fortune having it fixed at an RV dealer service department, which is, a lot of them are $120 to $150 an hour labor rate. So, and then weeks waiting period. So, you know, basic skills, repair skills is pretty much that, or know somebody that has those skills is pretty much a necessity to own a used, even a brand new RV, guys. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine who sells at a new RV dealership, and he said the new quality of the few new ones they get are drastically less than what they were a year and a half, 2 years ago. In other words, guys, new RVs are being shipped from the factory because they're trying to get them out. They're having a labor shortage and a part shortage. And Thor, the nation's largest RV manufacturer, has a $14 billion backlog. Guys, it's going to be years for new RVs to get straightened up again. In other words, $14 billion of units that are ordered they can't build for dealer stock and for custom orders for customers that have placed the special orders with RV dealers. Guys, right now, some certain Thor models are 12 to 24 months before they're built from the time you order them or the dealer orders them. And they're saying it's going to get worse before it gets better. All the major manufacturers no longer have price protection. This is huge for any of you looking at new ones. Here's the deal. Used to, the day you ordered a new RV from the dealer, that factory locked in that dealer cost to the dealer. In other words, if, let's just say you paid, I don't know, let's just say you paid $80,000 for a new crossover. Costs the dealer $70,000. Well, it doesn't matter, and even if it took 6 months to build it or a year to build it, the dealer still paid $70,000 and they charged you $80,000. That price never changed. Well, now guess what, guys? First time in 53 years, or I mean the first time since RVs have pretty much been created that I know of, manufacturers no longer offer price protection. Doesn't matter when you order it, doesn't matter what it costs a dealership when you ordered it, you pay the price that they charge a dealer when it's built. There has been an almost 20% increase in MSRP prices in the past 12 months because parts, raw material prices have gotten scarce, and when you do find them, double expensive, so the manufacturers are raising the prices to accommodate that. When the dealer has to pay more, they have to charge you more. So if they were paying 70 grand and when it's built it's going to cost them 80 grand, they're going to go up $10,000, just like their price went up $10,000. So for those of you who've already got units ordered, if your salesperson hasn't told you that, and if you've ordered in the last 3 or 4 weeks, you might want to give him or her a call and tell them Big Bo said to ask about the price protection, because dealers are not going to they're not going to sell these things for the same price when they cost several $1,000s more than when ordered. And guys, that's part of it. So here's this is why there's such a high demand on used RVs. You can't just pop in like you used to a year and a half ago and buy a new RV on the lot in stock. No way. You got to order it, and some make and models are a year plus wait period. These new buyers don't want to wait a year plus. They're going to go buy used when they would normally buy new. So here's the thing, you got your usual shoppers that only buy new, and you got your usual shoppers that only buy new, and ones that buy used too. Here's the problem. Let's just say you've got 100 used RVs on your lot, and you've got 50 customers who only buy used, and then you've got 50 customers that only buy new. So here's the thing, your 50 used customers will buy the used ones no problem, as always. But when your 50 new customers find out, hey, I've got to wait a year and a half, 2 years to get my unit because nobody has it in stock and the dealer has to order it and that's the delay to have them built, guess what they're going to do? They're going to flip to the used side and buy the 50 other remaining used inventory you have. So, and when customers are doing this at every dealer in the country, what do you think's going to happen to the price of used inventory when it becomes available for the dealerships to buy? It's going to shoot up because dealers have no inventory. They're having to pay more to fill their lot up. Prices shoot up. I was at a sale this morning, guys. A fifth wheel like this, I was at a sale, an online repo sale in Lakeland, Florida. Right now, I can guarantee you, based on the prices, I could load this thing up on my pickup truck, take it 500-600 miles to Lakeland, put it through the sale, and this thing will bring $30,000, $31,000, $32,000, $33,000 to another dealer. And I won't have to check nothing on it, as is. Don't even have to clean it. Just run it through the sale and bring the title with me. That's it. And of course, I have to pay, you know, a couple $1,000 seller fee, just like the buyer pays a buy fee to the auction. And believe me, guys, I could do that and not have to do anything to these. But then again, I've got 15, 20 employees that depend on us having inventory out here to sell to keep this place open. And I've got 8 acres of prime commercial property worth millions of dollars that'll be sitting here empty. So I'm not doing that. But keep in mind, guys, I'm selling these things to the public right now for less than it's going to cost me to replace them. So in other words, a year from now, if I get the same year, make, and model, that price will be $34,900 or $39,900 for the exact same unit you can buy today for $24,900. Don't believe me? Look back on my videos from a year and a half, 2 years ago. Look at the prices I was selling them for back then. Try to find those same year, make, and model RVs now for the same prices. You can't. They're 10, 12, 15, 20 grand higher. I would love to buy some of these back for what I was selling them for 2 years ago, because I could sell them the next day and make profit on them. But yeah, guys, that's the current state of used and new RV sales. It is a disaster, to say the least. Can't get parts for them, so that's why we're taking 30 to 45 days to check these units out, because I don't have labor because of the incentive to stay at home from the government to not work, which I'm hoping this time next month will be different. And then I'm having issues getting parts, because the few parts the parts manufacturers can build go automatically to the new RV manufacturers, not to dealers like us. So the new manufacturers can build new units, because they have fields and fields of them, half incomplete units, waiting on air conditioners and awnings and refrigerators and water heaters and numerous other parts. They're talking about they've still got 2020s in the yard incomplete, that by the time they get the parts to put them together, they're going to have to rebadge them a 2021 or possibly a 2022 model. So you're going to see a lot of inventory in the next few years from 2020 and 2021 that has a built date 2 years older than the actual year model on the title. So anyway, guys, we've been, and I'm just telling it to you like it is. I'm not trying to panic nobody, not trying to pressure you, but if you ever wanted to buy, the prices right now, believe it or not, are about the cheapest they're going to be for a long time. And especially if everybody goes back to work and everybody has to start paying more money for wages, then prices are going to go up even more to cover the extra wage cost and labor cost. So, all right, enough of that doomsday crap. $24.9 while it lasts. If you want it, give us a call, guys. 706-965-7929. If you want to take advantage of the option B price and buy it completely as is, we'll hook it into power just like I have right now. We'll make sure there's some water in the tank. We'll let you do your own inspection. You can turn the fridge on, turn the ACs on, plug stuff up, check your water system, check it out any way you want, see what works, what doesn't, and then decide if you want to buy it for the $24.9 price or take the discount, which I can promise you this, guys, I will take enough off the price to pay for any repairs this unit might need and still leave money in your pocket. And you get to take it home the same day you pay for it instead of waiting 30, 45 days for a checkout. Check the fridge. And I feel it cold. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. 27 degrees. Now the fridge ain't cold yet. It's gonna take another 4 or 5 hours. So it's still in the 70s, but I promise you, 99% of the time, this is cold, this will get cold. It has to trickle down. It takes it several hours. Anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it. Any questions at all about our RV, or you want to buy it, or you call before coming to look, of course. I'll have a link in the video description below to my website so you can see everything I have in stock in the fifth wheel, including crossovers, toy haulers, whatever you want to call them. But they're a whole lot more versatile than just hauling toys. Sorry about the rant, but it's crazy. I have this conversation with about 10 customers a day. And see, I've got inside information about what's going on because of my relationship with a lot of other people in the industry, including some manufacturers. So, I mean, I'm telling it to you straight. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. Give me a thumbs up if you'd like to. Feel free to comment, share on social media. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. The more interaction you give me, the more YouTube shares my videos, the more it helps support my channel. Thank y'all again for watching. Nationwide deliveries available. We do have financing available with approved credit and down payment with no dealer interest rate markups. That's going to save you thousands of dollars right there, guys. You go to a dealership, you finance through their finance department. They're dealing directly with the bank, not you. You have no idea what the actual rate is. The bank lets the dealer charge whatever they want after the bank's buy rate, which is a rate you actually got approved at. In other words, the bank might approve you at 5.99% interest rate, but you have no idea of that. So the finance manager is going to put 6.99 or 7.99. He or she can put whatever they want on there. They can put 26.999 or whatever percent interest rate. And what it is, the banks give the dealers about 75–80% of that extra money. So if you go through a dealership's finance department, chances are they make points on you, is what they call it when they mark the rate up. You're way overpaying for financing, so you might want to check into refinancing that with a bank that you can go directly to, and it'll save you a lot of money on interest and payment. Because you can rest assured that you're probably paying 2 or 3 more percent than you should be. Depends on the dealer and how bad they got you. Plus, you know, we don't charge any extra fees. $24.9 plus applicable sales tax. That's it. Easy, simple, done, haggle-free, firm. If you want an as-is price, option B price, what we call it, ask your salesperson. They'll go over what the option B price entitles and give you a haggle-free as-is price, which $24.9 is already an incredible price, especially on this unit, especially considering it comes with a checkout and a warranty. But you can buy it for less if you don't want those services, and you can take it home the same day you pay for it versus leaving it here for a month and a half for a service. Thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, thank you, and look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.